Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. We have some breaking news this late Saturday night, and it's not unusual that it would be late Saturday night for this particular news because it is massive. From Simon Atebe, it's official. President Biden will discuss the future of his re-election campaign with his family tomorrow, Sunday, following a disastrous debate to decide whether he should bow out. Wow, here we are. Did we not say here on the BuzWeaver channel that things were going to get wild in 2024? And it is getting wild. I mean, anything and everything that we could imagine is actually unfolding. You got the lawfare against Donald Trump, a former president of the United States, billionaire who didn't have to be president, deciding to be president, and was being pursued by the establishment so vigorously that they are going out of their way to bend the rules, bend the law, find judges, find prosecutors, find DAs, find anyone that would cooperate with them to try to destroy Donald Trump, but more specifically to ensure that he is not elected again, to prevent them from staying in control. But this news is massive. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of the establishment is front and center right now. And what I found fascinating was watching Denny's yesterday, a guy or a Ukrainian who covers the Ukrainian war, and I've been watching him for a while, but the world got to see the debate. And what the world saw and what he said was that the media in Europe and in the UK and around the world were covering for Joe Biden. They got to see the real Joe Biden. They got to see the person in cognitive decline. They got to see the person who struggles to concentrate and focus. They got to see it, and they felt lied to. Imagine that. They felt that the media had lied to them. So this debate was absolutely tragic for the Democrats and tragic for the establishment. While, since there's so much craziness going on, there are some people that believe that the debate was set up to sabotage Joe Biden. Now, of course, we also know that CNN had arranged the rules and conditions so that Donald Trump wouldn't participate and he would drop out so they could continue with their, of course, attacks on Donald Trump being too afraid to face Joe Biden. But this was a disaster for Joe Biden. We know this because all the news stories and everybody's only talking about Joe Biden. So, well, I wanted to make sure that this was official. So I did come over, and of course, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to research it before I start posting. As excited as I get about this, because what we do here on the BuzWeaver channel, of course, is we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the tumult, we take the chaos, and we make it very simple for everyone. And that is, of course, that Joe Biden is an establishment surrogate. NBC News, it's a mess. Biden turns to family on his path forward after his disastrous debate. And it's funny because the Democrats are also blaming CNN. And I don't know why, because it was their coordinated effort to get Donald Trump to try to turn it down. And then he called their bluff, and then they had to go through with it. And Biden spent over, I think people have said either 7 to 10 days at Camp David preparing. And it was like, I think they just exhausted the man by preparing him. And that could be another reason. And of course, he was sick. So I guess the stress and everything else mounted on Joe Biden. But Democrat leaders have stood by the president as he faces questions about his ability to defeat Trump in November. But privately, many are expressing concern. Here's the other thing that is very curious and interesting. What is Judge Merchan going to do? I mean, if the establishment is this desperate, if the establishment is this angry, will they get Merchan to jail Donald Trump? Now, of course, jailing him is completely out of the question to an extent because, I mean, putting him in jail would not be practical, wouldn't be functional because, of course, he gets Secret Service protection and everything else. But he could get house arrest. So imagine they get so angry that they put Donald Trump in house arrest for 30 days, several months. Oh, we can entertain anything at this point. I welcome your thoughts and comments down below on this entire thing because this could go anywhere at this point. This is absolutely insane Washington. President Joe Biden is expected to discuss the future of his re-election campaign with family at Camp David on Sunday, following a nationally televised debate Thursday that left many fellow Democrats worried about his ability to beat former President Donald Trump in November, according to 5 people familiar with the matter. We don't care how many people you have familiar with the matter. Any cogent, rational, sober-minded, mostly sober-minded, can see that Joe Biden was suffering from a cognitive decline. Ladies and gentlemen, the world saw the truth. The world saw what's obvious to any cogent, rational human being. Joe Biden is a surrogate plant. He is an establishment vessel. I know that sounds hyperbolic coming from a conservative who everyone would expect to say because he's biased, right? But here's the reality. It's happening in real time right now. Biden to discuss future of re-election campaign with family on Sunday. This is from News Channel 8. I'm not sure what, from Tampa, Florida. Again, following up, making sure everything's legit. Biden to discuss future of re-election campaign with family on Sunday. And this is from Yahoo News. I'm not sure who they drew the source from, but it's all right here. And here's the thing. Now, I want you guys to share this with everybody you know, because what we have discussed here on the BuzWeaver channel is exactly what is unfolding right now. Now, I can't necessarily say I take credit or predicted all this or, I'm some guru. I'm just simply saying that I follow the news and I share it with you guys, and this is the conclusion that we arrive at based upon the information that's out there. You ready for this? New York Times editorial board calls on Biden to drop out of race. Who is the New York editorial board to dictate who should and shouldn't be president, or who should or shouldn't step down as president? Ladies and gentlemen, here is your evidence that there is an establishment uniparty working in a coordinated effort. Because if Donald Trump wins, these establishment individuals are going to be upset because Donald Trump is going to dismantle them. Atlanta Journal and Constitution editorial board calls for Biden to drop out for the good of the nation. Who is the Atlanta Journal and Constitution to say? Oh, that's right. They're all part of the establishment uniparty. The New York Times. To serve his country, President Biden should leave the race. Ladies and gentlemen, I say again, in just summation, the establishment uniparty is working in a coordinated effort to remain in power. You need to go vote. If you're not a registered voter, go register to vote. Go to your post office. They will have registrations. If Donald Trump does not win, we're going to be in big trouble as a country because the establishment uniparty could elect a ham sandwich. They want to stay in power. This is not good. And it's funny because someone on Facebook said, why would they not replace him with RFK Jr.? And poor RFK Jr. is a perfect example of the establishment throwing him under the bus. They wouldn't give him Secret Service protection, and the Democrats threw him under the bus. And not only that, to reiterate the establishment uniparty, his family threw him under the bus because they're part of the establishment uniparty assets. It's absolutely extraordinary. So, as we entertain all of this absurdity, who do we think it could be? Would it be Gavin Newsom? I welcome all your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments section as to who you think it'll be. Joe Biden faltered in the debate. No, Joe Biden was exposed for who I have been saying ad nauseum at the top of my voice sometimes, which I don't know why I'm yelling. But nonetheless, how will Gavin Newsom address calls to replace him? Who cares? Who cares? Look, I would be more than happy to entertain the article here. But ladies and gentlemen, my focus here is the establishment uniparty. Because, like I said, they could elect a ham sandwich. They got Joe Biden in the office, and we already knew the conditions that Joe Biden was in. So what does it matter if it's Gavin Newsom? What does it matter if he picks Gretchen Whitmer for his VP? And what's going to happen with Kamala? That's a whole other conversation. But I welcome all of your guys' thoughts and opinions down below because I could wax for a long time on this particular topic. But I want to see the establishment dismantled. Thank you guys across All New Tech for your guys' continued support. And, of course, all you guys here on YouTube, that would be the channel icon appearing right there on the screen for you guys to subscribe and select notifications so you'll know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.